Hello and welcome to Brno on this, our final sprint Saturday ahead of the summer break. And we have just had, arguably, the most dramatic Q2 session of the year so far. There's certainly a few controversial talking points in that one. Let's get it out the way right away from the start. No penalty will be going the way of Marc Marquez. He crashed when entering the final chicane with Johann Zarco in the gravel trap, but he didn't cross a yellow flag light panel, meaning that he will get away without penalty. I have to say, above everything else, he's certainly a very lucky man to be able to take that second spot on the grid for tomorrow's Grand Prix without a double long lap penalty. Speaking to him in Parc Fermé, he said it was the puff of dust from Johann Zarco's crash that just distracted him and took his eye line away for a split second, and that's all it took for his crash to happen. But he is going to start second without penalty, and he's going to start second behind Pecco Bagnaia, the poleman, for the first time this year. What a remarkable turnaround in the space of half an hour for the two-time MotoGP world champion. At the end of FP2, he was throwing his gloves to his left-hand side after his first run in Q1. He was shaking his head. Davide Tardozzi was shaking his head. They were not a happy bunch down in the Ducati Lenovo team, but he made a small tweak, a little bit of a tweak to the front forks, which allowed him to go out and then top Q1, and then a clever tactic as well to get out on track by himself. He pulled in after his outlap and decided to go out and do the lap alone, and that meant that he avoided the yellow flags and all of the drama that ensued after that to be able to set a new all-time lap record around this Brno circuit and take pole for the first time in 2025. I have to say, 45 minutes ago at the conclusion of that first free practice 2 session, I wouldn't have wanted to put any money whatsoever on Bagnaia taking pole position, but that's why we love MotoGP. Predict the unpredictable, and once again, Bagnaia has absolutely shown up the odds by coming and taking pole for the first time this year, and we are once again set for a showdown, let's hope, between Bagnaia, between Marquez, and let's not forget Fabio Quartararo, who was a little bit frustrated, I think we have to say, in Parc Fermé at the end of that one. Third, another front row for him, but I think he felt that it was just one of those messy sessions where nothing went his way. He wasn't really able to put a clean lap together, so there was a bit of frustration from Quartararo and a sense that he'd left a little bit of lap time out there today as he aimed for that 5th pole position of the year. Some shout-outs as well. Great job. Marco Bezzecchi had a run on and a little off, but was still able to hold on to 4th on the grid. Once again, Bez showing that outside of the Ducatis, he is the man to take it to them at the moment. Should have really been 4 straight podium finishes if it wasn't for that crash out of 2nd place at the Saxon Ring. Let's see if he can continue that run on in the sprint later on today. And 2 big shout outs. Firstly, Joan Mir 5th, equaling his best ever qualifying performance on a Honda, the best since the Indian Grand Prix of 2023, and it's another top job by Ralph Fernandez, 2nd row of the grid, having come through Q1 and knocked out Fabio Di Giannantonio. Impressive work by the Trackhouse Aprilia man to be able to complete row 2 of the grid. That does mean we've got some big hitters a little bit further back on the grid. Alex Marquez, Pedro Acosta will be going from row 3 of the grid. Pedro firing away from 7th ahead of Alex Marquez and Johann Zarco. Rounded out Q2, Jack Miller, Enea Bastianini and Jorge Martin on return. As you can see, we're outside the Ducati box, hoping to try and get a little bit of reaction from that one. Davide Tardozzi a second ago was just chatting away, but has nipped back in. And I imagine that is potentially with regards to the Marc Marquez crash. He is okay. I think that the FIM Chief Steward, Simon Crafart, will have a phone that is lighting up like a Christmas tree at the moment from several of the teams up and down pit lane that are not in red, asking the question of why Marc Marquez doesn't have a penalty. I mean, the answer is clear, whether you agree with it or not. As he came into that corner, the light panel was not on, which means that he didn't pass through a yellow flag, which meant that when he crashed, there is no penalty to come with it. So Marc Marquez will get away with that one. What a very lucky boy he is. If I was him, not that he needs any extra money, but I'd be going and buying a lottery ticket later. Maybe he can buy it for me, and then we can spread the winnings to everyone that likes and comments on Inside the Paddock. What a good idea that is. Right, Are we going to get anyone to chat to here at Ducati? It's all gone a little bit quiet. I would love, if possible, to grab a word with one of those impressive two that I mentioned, standout performers outside of the guys on the front row of the grid. Joan Mir in 5th and Ralph Fernandez in 6th. The Honda garage is up this end, as is Trackhouse Aprilia as well. So where do we go? This direction? This direction. I'm getting dragged this way by our super producer, Didi. He wants to go this way. He's the man in charge. He's the boss around here. I know who is paying the bills. I know the one that is not to be messed with, and that is Senor Didi. So we're going to go this way as a result, making sure that he's happy. To chat to some of the fans who I can see there are some really good signs here. I love this one. I believe in good. Holy Desmos Adichie and Pecco 63. There's some big Pecco, some big Marc Marquez fans here. Let's do a straw poll. Pecco or Marc later?
Pecco.
Pecco. Okay. Pecco or Marc?
Marc.
Marc. Pecco or Marc?
Of course, Marc.
Marc. Pecco or Marc?
Marc.
Marc.
Both.
Both. Oh, you can't say both.
I can.
Well, you can, and you just have Pecco.
Definitely Marc.
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 Marc. Both. Both. Oh, we've got a few boths. We're split. We're split. Who's going to win? I'm not going to ask who's going to win the World Championship because I think that's an obvious one. And for the sprint later, even starting from second, I think he's going to be a big favourite. So, where have you travelled from, sir?
I'm traveling from Poland, and here I am waiting for an autograph for Marc.
First MotoGP?
First MotoGP.
Wow, amazing. Who's travelled from further than Poland? No? You're from Poland. Where are you guys from?
I'm from Czechia.
Czechia. Lovely to meet you. How are you? From Czechia. Everyone else from Czechia? From Slovenia. Oh, very good. Whereabouts?
Celje, Maribor.
Very nice. And first MotoGP?
Yeah, here in
Yes.
Brno first time.
Very nice, very nice. From Czechia? From Poland as well?
From Czech.
From Czech as well. So there we go. From all around Europe. Hello, guys. How are you? Hope you have a very good afternoon later on today and into tomorrow. And I hope you all get your signatures as well. I like this gentleman about. Where are you from, sir? From Bruno. It is. It's his homeland. I love your sign. He loves his Panigale V4. I even said, did you say you're going to give it to me? Yeah. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'll accept that gift. Thank you, very kind of you. There we go. Never mind that lottery ticket that Mark's going to buy us. Sell that Panigale V4R, and we're quids in. Get in there. What a nice result that was. A very kind man. Right, why don't we see? Nice chatting to the fans. As we said, we were driving in this morning and seeing lots of different number plates, people from all around Europe making the trip to Brno for the very first time. Hello, guys. How are you? How are you? Where have you travelled from today?
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic.
Yes.
Whereabouts, Brno?
Bagnaia.
You're a Pecco fan. Pecco fan. Bagnaia. Lots of Pecco. Bagnaia.
Marquez.
Okay. Marquez. Pecco. Marquez. Where are you guys from? Czech Republic, everyone? From Germany, from Poland. Where else? Have we got any? From Italy? Any other countries? No? Well, great to see you all here. Who's going to win the sprint? Pecco. I'm getting Mark here. You guys, let's not put you anywhere near the guys up there because they're all Marquez, so majority. And you're down here. This is the Pecco side. I'm liking this. There's a little bit of rivalry between the two sides of the Ducati box down here. They're both in red, aren't they? We need different colours. This is 63, that's 93. And there we go. From all around Europe, people have been travelling down to enjoy a little bit of MotoGP, some for the very first time, enjoying the return of Brno onto the calendar. And I have to say, that grandstand, that stadium section, the grass banks already absolutely packed to the rafters. And there we go. Look at that. Talk about timing. And that just sums me up, that does. Standing around waiting, the second I move, Pecco the Poleman comes out. But anyway, we'll come back, and we will, if we can, grab a quick word with the Poleman for the first time this year. So good to see him on pole position, and just rewards for the efforts he's been putting in. Him and all the team tried so hard. And yes, he was strong. Pecco, good job. It's nice to see you smiling and fist pumping at the end of that one.
Not bad, I'm very happy, Wasn't easy for also yesterday,
situation in the box. So very happy about today. I think the team is deserving a lot this kind of performance. So very happy for me and for them. And let's see this afternoon. Will not be easy, but let's see.
Good luck.
Grazie.
There we go. Nice to grab a word with the pole man, smiling as he should do as well. First pole position of the year. It's something he got used to over the past couple of years, but just lost that feeling ever so slightly in 2025, as has been well documented. But looks as though that's a step in the right direction, and he may well have found it back and just got that little sweet feeling again. Of course, you know, we're giving Pecco his credits and his plaudits, as we should, but we can't forget that when Mark crashed, he was 3/10 up and did look like taking pole position, but that's the way the game goes. If you want to take pole position, you've got to piece a full lap together. And yes, Mark will be the red-hot favourite to be able to take top spot in the sprint later today. But Pecco has done all he can so far as Mr. Aldeguer makes his way down the steps after a frustrating one, you have to say, for Firmin here for the very first time without any dry track time whatsoever. And that's not where he would have wanted to qualify. I think he's 5th or 6th row of the grid. He certainly failed to make it out of Q1, which is a great shame for him. But his moment will come. In a rookie season, you're going to have ups, you're going to have downs, and I'm sure we'll see Firmin bouncing back as we go throughout the course of the year and after the summer break. As you see, down at Trackhouse here, have we got a certain Ralph Fernandez, or has he managed to shoot off? I'm seeing the scooters are still there. So why don't we see if we can... In fact, why don't we grab a word with a certain Mr. Max Biaggi, friend of the show. Who could forget us playing ping pong with him in Qatar? He's always happy to stop and chat, but just with some friends at the moment. He's actually got some nice little Ferrari F1 caps there, especially next to this extremely well-dressed gentleman to the left of him. Max, ciao. How are you? All good? I was just saying, friend of the show. Good to welcome you here. Well, that was nice. 3 Aprilias into Q2 for the first time since Thailand. Good job by Raul, and the number 1 back on track as well, which is great.
Yeah, I think it's a really good weekend for Aprilia. Nice to see Jorge back and already fast, incredible fast. Yesterday was 5th. Today I think he missed the last lap, but I don't want to ask so much to him because I know after many months without riding, going back with this championship, it's very hard to be embedded on the top. But it's good for Marco because he's number 4. And also Raul in the top 10. It was very nice.
What's going on here? Am I seeing Formula 1 merchandise in a MotoGP paddock?
Just
Come
for
on,
you.
Max.
I know, just for you. It's a friend of mine asked me for a signature cap from Charles.
Oh, very nice.
So, and I bring from a guy, so he bring me back. So I need to give it to him.
Well, it's a nice gift. There's 2 there as well. How many friends have you got?
Two.
You've got 2. Oh, okay. I was seeing if I could get one as well. Next time.
Next,
time.
ask me in advance and I will try.
Will do. You've got friends in high places. Thank you, Max. Good to see you. Have a good one. There we go. So, little insider there. If you want some signed merchandise from around the world, from the world's biggest sporting stars, Max Biaggi is your man. A very well-connected gentleman, you have to say. As we walk past Aprilia, and yeah, good of Max to point out, top job by Bez again. Had those struggles over 1 lap at the start of the year, but definitely, it seems he's worked it out now over 1 lap. He's consistently been there fighting for the front 2 rows of the grid, on the front row last time out as well. And, have to say, I want to pinpoint... Oh, here he is, the man himself.
Give that to me?
I know,
Yes.
this is a proper professional.
No, you're much better than me, mate.
No, I don't think so.
You know, I miss it a little bit, especially in the qualifying with the heart rates on the clouds.
Not bad, though. You were fast.
Yeah, it was not too bad, but not perfect.
You were nearly in Q2.
Yeah, almost. I mean, I missed like 2/10 to Pecco. It's not too bad. Come on.
Not bad. 2 attempts from the Poleman, having not
Yeah.
been on the bike in a
Yeah.
Grand Prix for 10 months.
Yeah, maybe yes. We see next race with the microphones.
Yeah, we'll
anyway.
swap. I'll go
Yeah.
on the bike and you can take this.
I like this.
Let's see if I can get within 2 attempts of Pecco. I hope.
See you, man.
Thank you, Paul. Good to chat with Paul, who, of course, when he's not jumping on a bike, he's actually doing this job. as I said, slightly better than I am. A great, great guy and doing a top job as well. So close, pushing the limit, nearly into Q2 earlier today. And 2/10 off Pecco Bagnaia, two-time world champion, having not been on the bike for 10 months or in a Grand Prix setting anyway. Obviously testing very, very different to going out in Q1 and having to push to the limit in only 15 minutes. Excellent job by Paul Espargaro. He's done a top job. So reason to be happy for him. As you see, Randy causing trouble as always. He's got, we won't chat to him. He's got chocolate on the roof of his mouth. So there we go. Is it, what flavor have you gone for?
I have no idea. It comes from Japan. One of the Japanese engineers from Honda brings over this wicked candy. So when you eat it, it kind of has this powdery substance that's in it that makes it foam.
Oh, wow.
So it's quite unique.
Very nice.
I'll give you one
later, after
definitely.
this.
How's your day going?
Yeah, not bad. That was exciting. It was dramatic.
Yeah. Just obviously getting thrown into a hay bale, well, not a hay bale, the air fence, the way it was. I mean, both riders were very lucky in that area. It sounds like maybe Mark might be in trouble.
No, he's going to get away with it. Lucky boy. As he passed through, there was no LED light panel on, so no penalty for him.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you're in that tight of a business and so on, and to have that, I guess maybe the corner before would probably show yellow as well, but when it happened with Zarco so quickly, I think it was only like 10 seconds or something like that for a reaction. So, but it's good to know that both of them are okay. You can see that Zarco wants it just as much as Mark does. But it's also great to see Pecco coming out of Q1 and going to Q2 because he's got a lot of weight on his shoulders at the moment.
Absolutely, a great session. I'll let you enjoy your candy. I don't want it going off. There you go. Enjoy. We'll always... Oh, Johan, before you go. No, he's gone. I wanted to say congratulations, but we didn't get the opportunity. He's shot off as Johan. He obviously needs to get prepped for the sprint. So, there we go. That is a walk down the back of the boxes on Inside the Paddock. You just never know who you're going to bump into. Conversation with the poleman Pecco Bagnaia, MotoGP legends in the form of Max Biaggi and Randy Mamola, and DAZN's finest, MotoGP test rider extraordinaire, Paul Espargaro, doing the business as well. And let's swing around and show you this then. Our walk of heroes. Who's going to be on top spot later today? I think we're looking at Joan Mir, maybe on the second row of the grid, doing something quite special. Hopefully he can put it together. Fabio Quartararo, P3. This track offers a lot of grip from the surface, and maybe he can be the one to make it work for one of the few times this year in race trim for Yamaha. Alex Marquez, third row of the grid, as is Pedro Acosta. Keep an eye on that. Or will it be this man, the 93? The number one, of course, is back. Great to see him. Or will it be the poleman? Will we see the fist pump of Pecco Bagnaia for the first time in sprint trim later on today? We've not got long to find out. 3 o'clock local time for the very first Tissot sprint in the history of Brno. Tune in to watch it. It's going to be extraordinary.